Welcome everyone to the campus of John B. Connally High School, home of the Connally Cougars, where your Leander Lions get ready to tip off against the Cougars here shortly. We'll have the broadcast live here, and you'll be able to see it. We'll have play-by-play. Joining me tonight is Mark Sickles. Mark, how are you?
Doing great. No, I'm glad we could get this game in with all the cancellations going around. I'm glad that this one's still going on, so I'm excited.
It's crazy. You know, football had a game scheduled that was canceled on the prior Friday, scheduled for Monday night. We had a broadcast scheduled. I had all the equipment up at the stadium, and we had received an announcement that the game was canceled. And then shortly thereafter, today, in fact, I received notice that that game has been rescheduled for Thursday night. But tonight's about Lion basketball, and I spoke to Coach Bradley pregame. Lions had a tough outing the last game against Round Rock, and we talked briefly about it, and we'll go to that, and we'll be right back. Here we are pregame with Coach Bradley before the Lions take on Pflugerville Connally at the Cougars facilities. I don't know what they call it here.
Cougar Country, I guess. I don't know.
Cougar Country. It should be a pretty good game, but before we talk about tonight's game, Coach, let's talk a little bit about the last game. A little humbling for the Lions, and talk about the kind of lessons that you're able to draw from a game like that.
Well, you know, the fact of the matter is this. I felt like on both ends of the floor, we weren't doing it the right way, like we always talk about. I thought defensively, we were lethargic. We weren't doing things the proper way. Weren't jumping to the basketball. Weren't communicating. Offensively, I thought we were a little stagnant. And honestly, Round Rock's a very good team. You know, they got a chance to win that district over there. So if things like that are going to happen to us, I obviously want it to happen early to where we can fix some things in which we didn't practice. And so hopefully we'll come out and adjust and respond tonight.
Well, in that kind of performance, it can be humbling, but it can also be a motivator for the guys.
Sure, you know, and our guys understand. We talk about all the time the way how you approach practice and how you approach games and how you respect every opponent you play. Doesn't matter who they are. And it's a good learning experience for us, and it'll help us grow and take steps forward in a positive direction. And hopefully we'll show that tonight.
Well, and you've said it before, practice should be hard. Tuesdays and Fridays should be easy. But it's never really that easy, especially with the competition in Central Texas.
Absolutely.
And we've got a pretty good team, perennial playoff team of recent years.
Sure.
Give us your thoughts on Connally and how we match up.
You know, I think they're going to bring a lot of athleticism to the floor. If I'm a betting man, they're going to try to not just run half court, man. They're going to try to trap us a little bit, stuff in the half court, and just try to, you know, maybe speed the game up a little bit. But if we can control tempo and find open people, I think we're going to be okay.
Well, and as it always comes down to, Coach, it's fundamentals, it's defense, it's protecting the basketball, and passing, et cetera, rebounding. So give us your thoughts on the week in practice this week, especially as it applies to fundamentals.
You know, the big thing with us, you know, we had 19 turnovers against Round Rock. We can't do that. You know, well, our goal was to have 12 or less. Honestly, tonight we talked about having 10 or less. You know, against pressure and things like that, using the ball fake, finding the open man. Don't get sped up. Don't get into a panic. Obviously, those are things that we worked on in practice prior to this contest. So hopefully it'll show tonight.
Well, and you know, there were times we showed a little frustration. The ball wasn't going down for us, and even some of the dunks rattled out.
Sure.
So you know, it was one of those tough nights, and you can build from that and you know, make something positive out of it. Because as you said, that is one of the better 6A schools in the area.
Absolutely.
And likely will at least compete for the top spot in that district.
Absolutely.
So, Coach, good luck tonight.
Thank you,
and go Lions.
Appreciate it. We'll see you.
want to welcome everyone back here to Connally High School, where the Lions are just a couple of minutes away from tip-off in their match, their game this evening against the Connally Cougars. You know, Connally in recent years is, as Coach and I talked about a little bit, Mark, has been a playoff team. They had a former Lion assistant take over here at Connally and, really set a foundation for this program. And they were successful when Coach Washington was there, and they're still a pretty good team.
Yeah, he really turned them around over the past couple years and had a solid team that played great basketball. And then he moved on, I believe, down towards San Antonio, if I'm correct. And so I think they have a new coach, and we'll see what they do here. But he had a good foundation, see if they build on it or if they change things up. You never know.
Well, and every new coach is going to put their imprint on it. And so hopefully, the coach Bradley and his staff were familiar with what Connally had been doing over the last couple of years. And even with this coach and his schemes, there's very limited film this early in the season right now to really review. There's no tournament film. They didn't have a tournament season. And so it's just been a different basketball season as it has been other, everything's been affected by the craziness.
Oh, definitely, yeah. And it's kind of a game-by-game, week-by-week kind of atmosphere, and you're just hoping you get the games in.
Right, and the crazy thing is you hear programs closing and things, shutting down their season, et cetera. But one of the agencies, I think it was the CDC, came out, or it was Dr. Fauci was saying that schools should not be closed.
Yep.
So, maybe it doesn't affect sports, but I mean, if you can sit in a classroom, you can go play a little basketball, I think. And we are going to have the national anthem and the starting lineups before we tip off, and we'll bring that to you here on the crowd mic. Welcome back. That was the national anthem. We're going to have the game underway here shortly.
Going through the starting lineups here for Leander. Number 2, Braden Cano, 5'10 junior. Number 3, Weston Escher, 6-foot senior. Number 12, Brandon Puckett, 6'2 senior. Number 31, Chris Loof, 6'9 junior. And number 35, Noah Robledo, 6'6 senior.
Yeah, the PA mic's not very loud, and it's a little hard for our crowd mic to pick that up, and so I appreciate that you doing the starting lineup for the Lions. You want to read Connally's, you can as well.
Number 25, Raheem Moore. He's a junior. Number 32, Avril Houston, a junior. Number 20, Deandrick Toy, junior. Number 10, Damian Henry, another junior. And number 2, McAnthony Everest, a senior.
And they're not a real tall starting lineup. We'll see if that falls to benefit the Lions with a pretty good sized front court.
Yeah, clearly the Lions have the size advantage, and whether they're going to take care of that, we'll see shortly. Obviously, they should be controlling the paint, but they obviously need to work on some other things, get the season, some games down, and some work to get some tougher games down the season. So I'm sure they'll be working on different things tonight.
Loof will jump for the Lions against Raheem Moore for the Cougars, and Loof tips it to Puckett in the near court. He'll flip it over to Escher, and they'll swing it around to Cano as the Lions work their offense. First possession here in tonight's ball game. Puckett swings it to Robledo, stolen by Moore, and he misses the layup as his shot was affected by Robledo, and he's able to get the board. Robledo, he swings it over to Cano, and the Lions in the near court with 7:30. We're still scoreless here. Cano dribbling into the near court, passes to Escher near right wing. He'll swing it over to Loof at the top of the key. Loof goes in, spins, passes out to Cano, and they'll get it out to Puckett. And then Escher as the Lions slow it down. Pass to Loof, then to Robledo. Robledo starts to drive to the right of the court, pitches it over to Loof near the top of the key, back to Robledo on the block. He turns, gets his defender up, and Moore will get called for the foul with a good turnaround, good footwork there by Robledo.
Yeah, good ball movement by Leander, moving the ball around. I was about to say, let's try and get it inside, and they finally did. They got it into Robledo down low. Had a good setup down on the post, turned around, got fouled. He was at the line shooting too.
Coach Bradley going to talk to the other starters while Robledo takes the first free throw. And he'll have the first point of the game. Mark, if you'll just move your mic just a smidge away from your mouth. There you go.
There it is.
They're running a little bit hot tonight, to quote David Lee Roth. You have to fast forward.
So Leander's now leading 2-0. Connally moving the ball around on the outside, on the near, up to the top of the key to Cano, over to the far wing. Henry, loose ball but picked up by Toy. Back up top, drives down the lane, throws it up. Puckett with the rebound, dribbles down on the near side. Gets it out to Cano on the far wing, looks down inside to Loof. He's covered up, over to the Robledo. Baseline shot, no good, missed. Rebound by Everest, quickly bringing it up the court. Pass over, back out to Everest. Now back to Toy for 3, no good. Rebound by Loof. Gets it to Robledo, bringing it up the court. Slows it down, sets it up. Drives in, kicks it out to Escher, looks for the 3, no good, drives in, left-handed, and he gets fouled. He'll go to the line. Oh, they're going to call a travel. Wow, I did not see that.
Not a popular call here on the line side for
Took
sure.
one extra step. So Leander is leading 2-0 right now. 5:53 left here in the first.
Well, and evidently there's something going on with the stream where you have to fast forward it to the very end for it to catch live. And so whenever someone clicks on the link, they're getting at the very beginning of the stream, which, you know, we'll figure out what that problem is.
Yeah, so if you're listening, fast forward to the live broadcast, and that's a 3 by number 10, Henry, and it's good.
Looks like they counted that as a 2, Mark.
Oh, wait.
No, they did.
They did count as a 3. Yep.
Point.
So Kano in a little bit of pressure. Over to Puckett. Escher inside to Loof. Got the size advantage, left-handed, up and good.
Great footwork there from Loof.
Yep, good spin move. Leander leads 4-3, 5:18 left here in the first. Connally moving the ball around. Houston up top to Everest. Over on the far wing to Henry. Looking inside, drives down, puts it off the glass. No good. Rebound. Houston, another off the glass. Puckett gets it over to Kano, quickly up off the left side. Looks inside to Loof. Good pass, good spin, good dunk. 6'3" Leander. Good ball movement there. Loof with 4 points on the night, and a long three-pointer by Henry, no good. Rebound by Loof. Up to Kano, dribbles it out to top of the key. And Puckett. Robledo, nice spin move, goes up for the dunk, and it's down!
And that'll warrant.
Robledo with a nice move and a nice dunk, and Connally calls a timeout. Leander up 8-3.
Yeah, that'll warrant a timeout when that tomahawk comes down on that dunk. And, you know, evidently in terms of what's going on with the stream, it's about a minute behind, too, which is fine if you're watching it from home. Just bear with us. Continue. If you break the stream and you go to do something else, apparently when you go back and click on the link, it takes you back to the beginning.
Oh, gotcha.
So you have to fast forward it again. And but I think that has something to do with the last game not being shut off properly. I'm guessing. I'm not a tech guy, but we're back here, 8-3, 4:19 remaining here in the first period. Connally with the basketball. Handling the basketball for Connally is Everest. He'll dribble into the near court, guarded by Kano. He'll swing it over to Henry, back to Everest. They try to get it inside and due to Amir Nas, and is stolen by Puckett. Puckett dribbles into the near court, slows his dribble, doesn't pick it up, gets it to Loof on the block, poked away by Everest. No call. Connally works it into the near court. They get it to Nahar on the baseline. He's blocked by Loof. Great block from behind. He'll get it over to Robledo in the backcourt. He'll hand it over to Kano, and they'll work into the near court.
That's a foul.
Everest on Kano. Tight defense, and they're going to have a turnover call against Kano. I didn't see what the call was, though, Mark.
Yeah, I couldn't tell from our angle over here what it was.
He didn't call a travel. Must have touched
I
the
think it may have gone off his
sideline.
leg and gone out of bounds. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I think he might have touched the line. Shot no good. Rebound Loof for the Lions. 8-3 still your score. 3:16 on the clock. Kano handling the rock into the near court. He'll pass over to Escher. Then he'll get that over to Robledo near the top of the key. Over to Puckett, left wing. Down low to Robledo. Off the glass, no good. It's going to go off of number 24, Sam Barnwell. And the Lions will have the ball off the miss from Robledo. He wants that back. That was a dunk.
Yeah, that was
took a little bit off of it.
I think he was looking for the dunk, and then he said, I'll just go off the glass, and, couldn't put the ball in. So
sometimes you got to go with your gut, that first instinct. Pass into Loof on the block. He loses the handle, gets it back, turns around. Nice layup.
Way to stay with it. Tried to go up, a little bit of contact, lost the ball, kept it, and good thing he didn't try and kick it back out. When you're that tall inside, just get the ball and put it up.
Yeah, he's tough to defend from that close. Connally working it around. Barnwell passes over to Everest. Everest swings it around to Henry. And they'll get it inside to Barnwell. His turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound, McKelvey. McKelvey will dribble into the near court, pass to Escher on the left wing. Escher starts his dribble, picks it back up, swings it around. Puckett with the basketball now, down the lane on the right side, off the glass, no good. Rebound to 32, Averill Houston. He gets it up to
Great block by Robledo.
McKelvey with the basketball now in the near court, passes over to Escher on left wing. Escher swings it over to Puckett. Puckett will pass to Robledo, guarded closely by Barnwell, and we have a whistle away from the basketball. And there's going to be a push foul against Connally, and they're going to call, looks like number 10, Damian Henry, for pushing on Loof.
May have been 13. It may have been 13.
That would be the second team foul for Connally, regardless. Inbound to Loof. His pass, though, stolen by Houston, and he'll take it coast to coast and make the layup and be fouled by Brandon Puckett. Yeah, you got to kind of lay off on that one when he's got a step on you. You want to try to get the basketball, but.
Yeah, a little bit out of control on the other side of the court, just throwing the ball up top. And they'll learn from that. You know, if you don't want to throw it out where they're going to get a breakaway. But that just comes with more experience.
Fundamentals and crisp passing. You just can't be lazy. Even those little, what we might refer to as a lazy pass, those even need to be crisp. The and one is good. It's 10-6. 1:45 left in the first period. McKelvey with the basketball in the near court for the Lions. He's guarded by Barrientos. McKelvey dribbles by him, passes over to Robledo on right wing. Robledo starts his dribble near the middle, tries to get it down low on the block to Loof. He's successful, and they're going to call Loof for a travel. He was getting the business by a couple of defenders, but they're going to say he picked that foot up. 127, 10-6 the score. Barrientos handling the basketball. He'll pass over to Houston. Houston will get it into Barnwell. His shot blocked by Loof. McKelvey with the loose basketball. His pass tipped back to McKelvey. Pass to Robledo, and he's hit because he goes down, but they're going to call it off of Robledo out of bounds to the Cougars.
Play some defense, Lions.
1:10 on the clock.
Get a stop.
Yeah, a little run and gun and schoolyard basketball right now.
Get a stop right here, Lions.
Leander needs to clean it up.
Let's go.
Work on their passes, and they've had some turnovers here lately. So shut them down on defense and move the ball around on offense.
Conley working it around the arc. Jesse Lane with the basketball, swings it down to the block. They get it out to Naharis, and then number 3, Jesse Lane with a three-pointer to bring the score to 10-9. McKelvey with the basketball for the Lions. We're at 44 seconds. He'll pass over to Puckett. Puckett will get it to Loof near the top of the key. Loof get it to Escher. Escher will fake in and pull up for a three, and it'll be off the back iron, no good, and off of Loof's hand, out of bounds with 31 seconds remaining. Lots of action, not a lot of points, though.
Yep.
Barrientos handling the basketball for the Cougars. He'll dribble across the timeline at midcourt. They'll play for the last shot likely. Jesse Lane with the basketball now. Over to Barnwell to Lane, back to Barrientos. Cougars just working it around slowly. Lane to Barrientos, back to Lane. He'll get it over to number 24, Barnwell. He'll drive in. His shot will be blocked by Robledo with 1.8 seconds, but the block will go out of bounds and it'll be Connally ball. Barnwell will inbound. He'll get it to number 32, Houston. His shot no good, and that'll be the end of the first period. And the Lions able to come out of the period with a lead, but they had a much bigger lead a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah, leading 10-9. They've been kind of plagued by some turnovers and some passes that have been, not online, not setting up the shooters. So far tonight, Loof has 6 and Robledo has 4. You'd like to see a few more scores on that list than those two. So, we need some shots from the outside to fall. And I think last game when Leander was, behind by a lot, I think they were 1 for 17 from 3.
Yeah, it was bad.
And that's not going to carry you this season. You got to set those up. You got to keep shooting them, and got to find some shooters out there that'll drain them.
Right. A couple of them just rattled out. There were dunks that were rattling out against Round Rock. And, one of the things the Lions need to be sure they don't do is allow no calls to frustrate them to the point where it affects the remainder of their play.
Yeah.
And there have been a few that appear to be no calls. Let the road crowd, the Lion fans here, get as rowdy as they want. But as a player, you need to have a short memory and work through those things. So coming out of the period, Barnwell will inbound for the Cougars. He'll get it to Barrientos in the backcourt. Barrientos will be guarded by McKelvey. Pass over to Henry, and they'll work it over to Najas. Najas has his pass stolen, the ball stolen by Puckett, and a quick timeout by Coach Bradley to retain possession. Puckett on the ground, you don't want to get called for a travel there.
No, we've seen a lot of good defensive plays. We've seen a lot of blocks, a lot of, good defense around the basket on the defensive side. But just haven't seen that crisp ball movement. We've seen it a couple times from Leander, and I just like to see that on offense, moving it in, kicking it out, moving it in, kicking it out, and getting a good quality shot and start draining those. That's what I'd like to see over this, second quarter here.
Well, we came out pretty hot there the first couple of minutes, and then it cooled down fairly quickly, and that, give a little credit to Connally defensively, but the Lions need to continue to push the issue here, especially offensively. Robledo will inbound to McKelvey in the backcourt. 7:45 and counting in the half. McKelvey into the near court, guarded by Barrientos. He'll pick up his dribble and pass over to Puckett near the top of the key. Back over to McKelvey, down on the block to Robledo.
There you go.
Hey, nice look, nice
And the
look.
serving window is open as Robledo uses the glass. 7:27 left, 12-9. Barrientos passes over to Henry, back to Barrientos for the Cougars. They'll work it to Barnwell, thinks about a three. Robledo in his face decides otherwise. They'll swing it over to Lane on the left wing. Lane guarded by Escher. Pass will go over to Henry, and then they'll get it to Barnwell in the left corner. Robledo's in Barnwell's face.
Ooh. Oh.
Nice defense there by McKelvey, but Barrientos able to stay with the ball. Nahar gets the pass from Barrientos on the block, but loose there. He'll get it back to Barnwell. Three-pointer no good. McKelvey with the rebound. He pushes the issue all the way, coast to coast, off the iron, no good. Put back, though, by Noah Robledo. Way to follow the break.
Yeah, I like McKelvey just taking that strong up to the hoop. Didn't go in, but good job by Robledo being right there to pick it up and put it in.
That's why you got to rely on your homies. Three-pointer from the corner from Henry is good. And you know what? The opponent to heat up from the arc. McKelvey with the basketball in the backcourt for the Lions. 6:15 in the half. He's guarded closely by Barrientos. He picks up his dribble near left wing. He'll get it over to Loof near the top of the key. Loof looking for Robledo, and he'll get it to him. Robledo guarded by Barnwell. Robledo thinks about going right, picks up his dribble, passes over to Puckett. Over to Loof near the top of the key. Loof back to Puckett on a little give and go in the lane. Turnaround no good from Puckett. Rebound to the Cougars, Barnwell. He'll dribble into the near court and pass out to Barrientos. Over to Henry. Henry guarded by Puckett. Poked away, ball loose, picked up by Barrientos. Over to Henry, three-pointer off the back iron, no good. Loose rebound, grabbed by Puckett, and we have a foul on number 3, Jesse Lane. That's only the third team foul, and so the Lions will inbound. They'll bring in some substitutes. Dahlberg coming in to the game, the freshman, along with Jude Stevens and
Scotty Burnett,
and of course back into the game, Braden Kano. The only Lion remaining on the court from that exchange was Noah Robledo. And so Kano handling the basketball will be guarded by number 2, Everest, in the near court. He'll pass to Dahlberg near the top of the key, over to Stevens. Stevens tries to get it into Robledo, poked away, but Stevens gets the loose ball. He'll dribble out. Get it over to Robledo near the Cougar bench, and we're going to get a travel call against Noah. Pretty ticky-tack.
Yeah.
5:06.
Yeah, they're a little out of sync on offense right there. And shuffled his feet and turnover.
McAnthony Everest gets it over to Lane, or to Henry rather. Henry on the right wing will pass down to Raheem Moore and then back out to Henry, guarded by Robledo. He'll get it over to Everest. Everest guarded by Kano. Swung across court to Toy for a three-pointer, no good. Robledo with the board. He's going into the near court. 1-on-3, and they're going to call a blocking foul on McAnthony Everest, number 2. Couldn't quite get down there and get his feet set.
I think he had him set, but I think Robledo kind of had a Euro move to get around him. He was trying to draw the charge.
So he pulled him
but
away
Robledo
from his original.
Was able to get his body out of the way, which took him away from making a shot, but he's going to the line.
Getting that slithery move. That is a nice Euro move he's worked on. First free throw, in and out. Reminiscent of the Round Rock game where we couldn't get anything to fall. In and out a lot. 4:38 remaining. Robledo's second free throw off the front iron and then the backboard and good.
Let's go.
Everest with the basketball will dribble into the near court for the Cougars. Pass over to Henry. Henry guarded by Stevens. Pass back over to Everest. They'll swing it around to Houston. Houston with Burnett on him. Shot no good. Rebound Dahlberg to Robledo. Robledo dribbles into the near court, passes to Kano. Kano to Burnett on right wing. Burnett faking which way he's going to go. Starts his dribble left, passes over to Dahlberg near the top of the key. Gets to Robledo on the blocks in the lane, off
Nice
the glass. 17-12 and a quick timeout.
I think they're going to have the players talk to each other. I don't know why he's just talking to Robledo. Both of them are chirping.
That was a nice move by Robledo.
Yeah, nice pass into the paint, nice move by Robledo, and they could probably do that all night long, which is great.
Play some defense, get it stopped.
Got to play D, though, too.
But you got to work on some other aspects of the offensive game as well, because they could dominate inside with Robledo and Loof posting up on this team. But you're going to have some other teams down the road where you're going to need some other players out there to take some shots. So, I like to see that from here on out. Only up by 5.
Some kind of weird stoppage there with 3:55, but McAnthony Everest with the basketball for the Cougars. He'll pass over to Moore. Moore will work it around to Henry. Back to Moore. His runner no good. Rebound Robledo. 3:42 on the clock. Robledo handed over to Kano in the backcourt. Kano dribbles into the near court, guarded by Everest. Dribbles to his right. He'll get it to Burnett on right wing. Burnett dribbles to his left, picks up his dribble, gets to Kano in the right corner. Kano dribbles out to right wing, passes to Dahlberg near the top of the key. Dahlberg will get it around to Jude Stevens on left wing. Poked away from Stevens. They're going to say Stevens got a hand on it, though. I didn't see that, but out of bounds off Stevens. Cougars ball with 3:18. McAnthony Everest will receive the inbound in the backcourt. He'll dribble into the near court, guarded by Braden Kano. He'll swing around to Moore. Then Houston back out to the lane near the top of the key, guarded by Stevens. They'll swing it around Moore, then Everest, guarded by Kano. He'll dribble out and take a two-pointer and knock it down on the baseline. 17-14 the score. Lions work into the near court. Robledo with the basketball. And we're going to have a timeout. Leander with 2:48 in a 17-14 lead.
Yeah, they've had some, what we talked about so far. Loof and Robledo have been the only scorers for Leander. They've been working the ball inside, but Connolly's just been chipping away a little bit here, a little bit there, and they're right back in the ball game, 17-14.
Well, you know,
I mean, they're leading 17-4. Or no, they're trailing by 3. Yeah, 17-14.
there's not a lot of significant shots from anyone other than Loof and Robledo either, and that's where you got to wonder, is that a confidence issue? And these guys need to really find that shot, because the first 2 games, those guys, top to bottom, were shooting and making.
Yeah, Connally right now, they're just playing one-on-one down low, so when they have that post down right in the lane, they're not double teaming and kicking it back out. So, I mean, that's the right play to make. You take the spin move and put it up, but you're going to have some other teams that are going to double team down low, and then you've got to kick it out and make that shot.
Connally starts a trap. The Lions work it around to Burnett and then to Loof to the corner where Puckett is, and then Burnett back to Puckett to Loof on the block. He was pushed in the back by number 20, DeAndrick Toy. And with 2:31, the Lions will inbound on the baseline under their basket. Stevens will do the inbounding honors. Tries to get it, gets it out near the top of the key to Puckett, then over to Burnett from Puckett. Burnett starts a dribble, passes to Puckett, and they'll get it down on the block to Loof, and we have a pushing foul against Loof as he tried to clear out some space to get that pass. The pass a little too much.
Yeah, a little too high, tried to push off. I don't know if I would have called that a foul. The ball was out of bounds anyway.
Yeah, it's pretty ticky-tack. McAnthony Everest picking the ball up off the court when Braden Kano comes to force the issue with 2:15 now on the clock. Pass over to Moore, and they'll get it over to Houston on the left wing. Houston guarded by Burnett, then to Moore. Check it, that's Damian Henry with the basketball. What was the whistle for, Mark?
Came into the lane, and I couldn't see who it was on, but a little bit of contact when he was driving into the lane.
So it was a foul call against the Lions. 2:04.
Ran into a couple players. I didn't see who they got the foul on.
Everest will inbound to number 24, Barnwell. Back to Everest. The shot no good. Rebound goes to the Cougars. Toy. Another three-pointer from the Cougars, no good. Everest and Robledo battling for that loose ball off Robledo.
Yeah, good thing that we didn't get another ticky-tack foul with Robledo kind of poking that ball away.
Yeah, that could have been bad. Barnwell, or check it, Everest with the basketball. He swings it over to Henry. Henry gets it to Houston. Houston drives the lane.
Oh.
And they're going to get an and one. As they say, Loof's feet were moving, but that looked like he was set to me.
Yeah, that looked like a pretty good defensive play right there by Loof.
So with a chance to tie the game, Avril Houston with the and one, potentially tying here, 1:40 remaining in the half. Low-scoring game. It's been defense. So Avril Houston with the and one shot is good, and we're tied. In the pass, a lazy pass stolen by Everest, and the Cougars have an opportunity to take the lead here. Pass over to Houston, back to Everest. They're going to get him with a travel as he tried to get a little too fancy with the handle. And it will be Lion basketball with 1:32. Lions will inbound from the sideline near the bench. Scotty Burnett to Braden Kano, guarded by McAnthony Everest. Puckett with the basketball. He'll swing it over to Robledo. Robledo drives baseline, pulls up. Shot with a hand in his face, no good, but he gets his own rebound and puts it back.
Good follow by Robledo.
Play some defense.
McAnthony Everest now with the basketball for the Cougars in the near court, directing traffic, guarded by Braden Kano. He dribbles down the left side, picks up his dribble, passes over to Houston. Houston will get it to Barnwell. He'll dribble into the arc and fake a shot and get the defender up and miss. And then we get a whistle.
They're going to call a push on Dahlberg down low on the rebound. Wow.
Who did he push? There was nobody there.
I think they called it. He was pushed on 20. We had 3 Leander players down there to get that rebound. They call a foul. Now they get an easy bucket.
Yeah, DeAndrick Toy gets the inbound, and we're tied again off the glass. Escher takes the inbound, passes to Robledo, back to Escher. Back to Robledo, still in the backcourt. Robledo dribbles into the near court, gets it down low. Puckett couldn't handle that pass. It was a one-bounce pass, and going the other way is Jesse Lane. He'll pass out to Everest with 32 seconds, and Connally could lead this at halftime if they wait for a final shot and knock it down here. 24 seconds left on the clock. Kano forcing the issue, over to Barnwell, back to Everest. Everest dribbles to his right, he'll hand to Lane. Lane guarded by Puckett, and they're going to call a foul. Ball was on the ground, loose there.
Yeah.
The Cougars will inbound near the Lion bench. Casey McKelvey checks in. Puckett has a seat. We're going to have a timeout. Cougars with 11.59 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, a little bit of sloppy play right here by Leander, a couple turnovers, and, throwing the ball around. That's not, their style of play, but that's what they're doing right now. I saw some frustration on Coach Bradley after that about a minute or so ago with another turnover, and that's what they got to clean up. They got to clean up those plays. They got to clean up the offense, and they can do it. They just got to focus and get this done because Connally is now coming back, and may be able to take the lead. But yeah, here they are, and basically letting them hang around, and now they have a lot of confidence right now.
Well, and you can see there's a little bit of wane in confidence from the Lions, especially offensively. They have picked up the defense compared to the performance against Round Rock on Saturday, but still having a tough time offensively here. Hopefully we can work that out here in the second half. Cougars will inbound here and try to get the last shot. They'll get it to Barnwell in the corner, off his foot, out of bounds. Lion basketball with 10.1 seconds on the clock. Robledo will inbound in the backcourt near the Lion bench to Braden Kano. He'll get it back to Robledo. Robledo dribbles into the near court, guarded by Barnwell. He decides to pull up a three from deep left wing. Rattles around, no good. Rebound goes to Everest, and that'll be the half. We'll go to half tied at 19. You want to go on ahead and give us a quick update on the stats? We know it's just Loof and Robledo.
Yeah, pretty much. I have Loof with 6 and Robledo with the rest. I think that's all I have, my unofficial scoring.
That gives him 13 by my midway math. So we'll take a break here and then be back in 10 minutes for the second half. Make sure you stay tuned to Lion Basketball here on SHN Sports. I'm Chuck Tracy with Mark Sickles. We'll be back. Connally High School, where the Lions are tied with the Connally Cougars here as we head into the second half. Mark, there was we had a little bit of a discussion there in the first half, and basically the Lions relying on two scorers right now significantly to keep them in this game.
Yeah, they've done a great job inside, which is awesome. They have the size advantage, and they can dominate inside, but they're basically tied at halftime right now and, need to lock down more on defense. They've had some turnovers here, so they got to clean that up, and they can take this game and run away with it if they just run their offense and get quality shots.
Well, and Coach talked about it early. He said that we got to eliminate those turnovers. There were 17 in that Round Rock game. The first shot by the Lions in the second half is a miss by Puckett. Rebound to Houston, dribbles into the near court. He'll pass over to Everest. We're at 7:30 in the third period. Pass to Houston. Cross court to Moore. And they'll work it around the arc. Everest will pull up for a quick three off the back iron. No good. Rebound. Loof. Loof will get it to Kano in the backcourt with 7:15. Everest will pick him up around the midcourt line. Pass over to Escher. He'll get it to Loof on the block. Loof starts right. Pulls back left baseline. Shot no good. Rebound Robledo. And he'll get one up over the rim as he's fouled, but it doesn't go down. That's a shooting foul, though, so he'll step to the line.
Yeah, they're going to get most of those rebounds if either Loof or Robledo's inside just with their size advantage. So if they can just take quality shots, have one or two of those guys inside, they should be dominating the boards and putting them back in or going to the line.
Yeah, the Cougars are really relying on DeAndrick Toy and Raheem Moore to battle the Lion trees down low. They've done a commendable job. 7:01 remaining here. Robledo with his second free throw attempt, and he'll knock it down for an early Lion lead here in the third. Everest with the basketball, dribbles into the near court. He'll be picked up by Braden Kano. He'll pass back over to Moore, and they'll swing it to Houston, and they'll get it on the block to number 20, Toy, and they'll work it back out behind the arc. And we're going to have a foul called as number 32, Avril Houston, lost a little bit of control of the basketball. They're saying that was the result of a Lion foul. I didn't see who they called it on.
Yeah, they called it on Escher, number 3, as he was trying to go across the top of the key.
Everest will inbound, poked away by Puckett. Pass was intended for Damian Henry, and so now the Cougars will be inbounding on the sideline near the Cougar bench. Henry will inbound over to Everest. Everest will dribble across court. He'll go down the right side, pick up his dribble, pass over to Houston. Houston to Moore. Moore over to Toy. Baseline runner, no good. Rebound Loof. Got to watch that foot on the baseline, but he stayed in bounds over to Kano, then to Escher. Loof from Escher in the paint with a turnaround.
Yeah, nice turnaround. Easy 5-foot shot. Put it in, going to the line for the and one.
You add these and ones, that stuff starts adding up, and you build your lead. Right now, 23-19, 6:18. Loof's and one is good. Cougars will inbound the basketball. Handling the basketball will be McAnthony Everest. He'll swing it over to Moore. Moore to Toy, and Toy will try to get it to Houston, and it'll go out of bounds. And Coach Bradley showing he's still got some skills. Cuts off that one.
Yeah, Leander needs to take advantage of that turnover, put some more points on the board, build on their lead. They've been playing good defense, and, yeah, get some separation.
So the inbound from Puckett to Kano, and he'll dribble into the near court. He's hassled by McAnthony Everest, and they're going to call a backcourt violation. McAnthony Everest poked that away. That shouldn't be backcourt, but called nonetheless. Raheem Moore will inbound to Everest. Kano will pick him up defensively with 5:50. Everest dribbles to his right, swings it back left to Moore. Moore will hand to Houston, back to Moore on left wing, cross court to Everest. Thinks about a three, then he pulls up and does. In and out, rebound Loof. He'll get it over to Kano with 5:35, and the Lions dominating the glass right now. We're going to have a foul called as Puckett starts his dribble. It's going to be a push foul against number 10, Damian Henry. Lions will inbound. It'll be the third Cougar team foul of the half. Robledo will inbound under the line basket. He'll get it over to Loof, and we have a quick whistle. I'm not sure what the whistle is, but it's going to be a foul called against number 13, Amir Nahas.
Yeah, I think he was holding Loof when he was trying to get outside for the inbound pass.
The fourth team foul. Kano will inbound now. He'll get it over Loof's head, taken by Damian Henry. He got a 2-on-1, and he goes and lays it up for a quick Connally basket. Lions work it into the near court. Robledo handling the basketball will be picked up by Barnwell. Cross court to Kano, then to Escher. Escher over to Puckett. Puckett to Robledo. Over to Kano on left wing. They'll work it back out to Escher. Then Robledo near the line bench. Barnwell there defensively. Robledo gets a hold of the dribble, dribbles into the lane, off the glass.
Nice move.
It just opened up for him, and he took advantage. 26-21. Everest with the basketball, 4:45 left in the third period. Barnwell's pass over to Henry in the right corner. Henry gets it over to Houston. Houston to Everest. Everest dribbles in after faking a three. His pass is picked up by Houston on the right wing, guarded by Escher. He'll drive in, pass out to Everest near left wing. Tries to get by Kano. We got a corner three-pointer from Henry, no good. And it goes out of bounds, and we're going to see what the call is here. I didn't see an arrow or a point. They're going to give it, say it's off Leander.
Yeah, I think it went off for Blado, and it may have hit off a Connally player. That's how I saw it from up here, but they're giving it to Connally.
So Barnwell gets it into Nahas, rather. Shot no good, but a foul.
Yeah, he jumped into Loof and drew the foul, tried to get the and one. No good, but that's another foul on Loof.
Well, he'll get two shots here because that was a shooting foul. Dahlberg ready to come in for Big Chris. First free throw from Nahas off the back iron, no good. So Dahlberg will come in, and Loof will get a breather with 4:16 remaining in the third. Nahas with his second shot. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound, Puckett. Puckett will hand it to Robledo before he goes out of bounds. 4:11 and counting. Robledo into the near court, guarded by Barnwell. Robledo thinks about a three, decides not. Gets it over to Escher in the corner. Escher backs out, then to Puckett near the top of the key, over to McKelvey. McKelvey starts his dribble across court, gets it to Robledo near right wing. Robledo starts right, comes back left, pulls up, inside the arc, rattles around, no good. Rebound goes to Henry. Henry gets it to Everest. Everest near the right wing, passes across court to Barnwell. Three-pointer off the front iron, no good. Dahlberg gets the loose ball, passes over to Puckett. 3:35, Puckett in the near court. Driving the lane over to Robledo in the corner. Robledo goes baseline off the glass. 28-21, Lions lead.
Strong move by Robledo, driving in on that baseline, putting it off the glass.
Everest with the basketball, guarded by McKelvey. Pass over to Henry. Henry will get in the corner to Barnwell. He goes baseline off the glass. He got Robledo standing still there. 28-23, the score. Inbound to Puckett. 3:05 on the clock. Puckett dribbles into the near court, passes to McKelvey near the Connally Cougars C, and we'll have a foul called against McAnthony Everest as he's pushing on Casey McKelvey of the Lions. It'll be Lion basketball to inbound near the scorer's table. Brandon Puckett will come to do that inbound. Pass down in the corner to Burnett, then to Robledo off.
Oh.
Robledo to Dahlberg off the glass, but he's fouled. Shot no good. I didn't see who got called for the foul. It's the 5th team foul. It was a shooting foul, though, so he should get 2 regardless.
Yeah, good touch pass by Robledo to Dahlberg. Going in strong, unable to put it in, but he's going to the line.
Good vision by Robledo to see the open Dahlberg. He'll miss the front end of the 2 shots. Into the game will come Jude Stevens for the Lions. And Puckett will get a breather. Dahlberg's second shot is going to go down. 29-23 the score.
And we have our 3rd scorer for Leander.
McAnthony Everest will pass over to Lane.
Oh, that was a travel, but no call.
Houston shot no good. Rebound Robledo, 2:38. Lions work it into the near court. Robledo picks up his dribble, passes over to McKelvey. Pass to Burnett near the line bench.
Yeah, very aggressive
Cougars
up top.
trap
Got a
him.
trap.
And it goes off a Cougar as Burnett bounces it off their foot intentionally. They're going to say out on the lines.
Wow.
Hey, play some defense.
Okay, well, Barnwell will inbound to Everest. 2:20 on the 3rd period clock. McKelvey guarding. Everest starts right, goes back left. Pass over to Houston on left wing. Houston drives, and he loses his balance, and they're going to call a foul on Dahlberg, but Dahlberg was backing away. I don't see how that's a foul.
Yeah, he lost his footing and kind of ran into Dahlberg.
Well, he was leaning and expected Dahlberg to be there. Dahlberg backed away, so his prop was gone. We got a 3-point shot from Henry off the front iron, no good. Houston battling for the rebound, but McKelvey comes down with it. Showing some handles into the near court, gets it over to Burnett on left wing. Burnett gets it to McKelvey inside the lane, over to Stevens for 3 off the front iron, no good. Dahlberg rebound
There you go.
off
Nice.
the glass and 1. He got it up over the iron, barely, but he got it up over.
Good open shot by Stevens. Pulled the trigger. Dahlberg with a nice rebound going up.
Yeah, he just barely missed that 3.
Yep.
He was a little short on it. But that's a positive thing. You want to see those guys shoot the ball. So Dahlberg looks to add the additional point here. The and 1 as it's known. And he'll knock it down for a 32-23 line lead. Everest with the basketball for the Cougars. 1:43 and counting in the 3rd. Over to Barnwell. Barnwell guarded by Puckett. Then back to Everest. McKelvey there defensively. They'll swing it around to Houston on the left wing. They'll get it in the lane to Lane. His shot no good. Puckett with a rebound, dribbles into the near court. 1:22. Pass to Burnett. He goes baseline, finds an opening and puts the layup in. Could have had a foul called too. 1:10. Everest with the basketball, and there will be a foul called on the lines there, and it's going to probably go against Casey McKelvey. And it is McKelvey. That'll be the Lions' 3rd team foul with 1:02 remaining in the 3rd. Cougars have 7 team fouls. Barnwell will inbound for Connally with 1:02. He'll get it to number 3, Jesse Lane, who misses the shot. Rebound Barnwell. He'll get it out to Barrientos. Over to Houston. Houston back to Barrientos on right wing to Barnwell in the right corner. He goes baseline. Pass cross court to number 10, Henry. He drives, his shot no good. There's a foul before the shot on McKelvey.
Yeah, a little out of control and drew the foul. Going to the line shooting 2.
Was it a 1-for-1 or is that a shooting foul? Because it seemed like the whistle happened before the shot.
Yeah, they're giving him 2 shots.
Damian Henry, first free throw no good. Off the front iron, rattles out. We're at about 42 seconds remaining here in the 3rd period. Noah Robledo back in the game for Jude Stevens. Henry's second free throw attempt is good. 10-point game. McKelvey over to Puckett. Puckett to Robledo. Robledo dribbles into the near court. Loses the handle, picks it back up. Gets it to McKelvey. McKelvey back to Robledo. 30 seconds on the clock. They'll get it into the lane to Puckett. He loses the handle, able to get it back. We have a quick whistle timeout from Coach Bradley.
Yeah.
Did not want to risk losing possession to a travel there.
No, they're up by 10 right now. You don't want to give them the ball back. So good call right there. Ball on the ground. Puckett holding it, and Bradley calling the timeout. So smart play. Get to set up again and get to have another opportunity on offense here to get some more points, up by 10.
24.2 seconds remaining here in the third period. Lions have built a 10-point lead in this third period.
Well, we've seen some more scores this third period, which is nice. Dahlberg has now 4. We've also seen Scotty Burnett with 2.
Yeah, it was a nice drive by Burnett. The lane opened up, and he was like, oh, look at there.
Yep.
He was able to get it up over the rim and down to help build that line lead that they currently enjoy.
Yeah, it's been important this third period, coming out and actually taking charge of the game.
And it's been a battle.
Yeah.
It hadn't been like Connally laid down and let them get a 10-point lead. It's been just like the first half. The Lions have just overcome a little better here in the second half than they did mostly in that second period in the first half, but really the second part of the first period as well. McKelvey gets it down low. It's over Robledo's head, and Barrientos has it for the Cougars off of his foot to Burnett. Burnett pushing it the other way. Gets it to McKelvey in the corner. McKelvey drives, gets to Robledo, and Robledo gets a layup, but they're going to say the foul occurred prior to the shot more than likely, because it was against McKelvey that was fouled before he passed to the open Robledo.
Yeah, I think he's going to be 1-1 here for McKelvey.
Yeah, because we're in the single bonus. That's the 8th team foul for Connally. The front end is good for McKelvey. He'll try to knock down this second one here. The Lions will have at least an 11-point lead, maybe 12. Let's see. He knocks it down, and we'll have a whistle and a timeout.
Yeah, Kano back in the game for McKelvey.
Moore will inbound in the backcourt to Barrientos, and they'll try to play for that last shot with 10 seconds. Kano there defensively over to Henry. Back out to Barrientos with 3 seconds. Then Houston, deep three. Air ball, and it will be a Lion 12-point lead heading into the fourth.
Yeah, it's exactly what they needed. Tied at halftime, now up by 12. So good job by locking down on defense, and good job moving the ball around. We saw some more scores, and it paid off.
You want to run down those scores?
Yeah, so far from what I have, this is unofficial, but I have McKelvey with 2. I have Burnett with 2. I have Loof with 9. I have Dahlberg with 4. And I have Robledo with 19.
Always has to be some arithmetic when you do Robledos. Just make sure you carry whatever needs to be carried over when you.
No, but I think what Bradley told him at halftime is sunk in that third quarter. You know, and just looking at Connally, they're kind of throwing the ball up and looking to get that foul. So if they're off balance, just let them take that shot. You have the size on defense to get the rebounds. Don't send them to the line on crazy shots. Let them take the crazy shots.
Well, and where the Lions let frustration get the better of them in the Round Rock game, and really for part of the first half of this game, you're seeing that more from the Connally squad here in the second half, at least in that third period. And so we head into the fourth period, getting ready to get underway, starting to cool off a little bit here in the gym. Lions with a 12-point lead. It will be Connally basketball to open the period.
Yeah, Lions need to keep their intensity up, especially on defense. Don't give them easy shots. Make them work for it.
Barrientos handling the basketball over to Houston, then to Lane, then back out to Barrientos to Henry, and then to Houston. They try to get it into lane, in the lane, poked away, and Puckett comes out with a loose ball, 7:43. His pass in the corner to Escher, way too tall. Escher was like, what happened there? 7:40 on the clock. Raheem Moore will inbound to Barrientos. Barrientos will get it up to Houston on the right wing. They'll get it to Lane in the right corner. Lane decides to go baseline, picks up his dribble, passes to Houston. They'll work it around to Henry. Back to Barrientos, top of the key. Houston right wing. Lane in the right corner now. Back to Barrientos. The Cougars working it around the arc, trying to find a lane.
Yeah, Leander's done a great job. They're now running their zone defense, and they've got them a little bit confused.
They're able to get an open shot from Houston and the three-pointer. He missed, got his own rebound, and they pass it back out into Houston. It's shot no good off of the lines, out of bounds with 7 minutes.
Yeah, switch up by Leander. They've been running man the whole night. Then they came out in the zone, and Connally for a minute or so was a little bit confused because they weren't following their man, so they picked it up, and now they see that they're running a zone.
Lions were unable to really take advantage of it. They're going to say that one off a Puckett. He defensively there knocking the ball out from Damian Henry of the Cougars. So Barnwell will inbound. He'll get it over to Henry. Cross court to Barnwell, three-pointer, and it's good from the left wing. It's a 9-point game now. Kano dribbles into the near court, gets it to Robledo near right wing. They'll get it to Loof on the block. Loof thinks about, and he gets a turnaround. They're going to say an offensive foul on Chris Loof. They'll give Lane credit there defensively. 6:35. Barnwell inbounds to Everest. Everest handles the basketball into the near court. He'll pass over to Houston, near left wing, back to Everest. Everest will pass over to right wing to Henry, then Lane in the corner, back out to Henry, and they'll swing it around again. Everest drives the lane, loses control, and it's off of Everest, out of bounds to the lines with 6:15. Good defense there. They didn't foul him, and like you said, they let him take an out-of-control shot. It ended up going off of him out of bounds. Puckett inbounds. Escher with the basketball in the backcourt. Escher dribbles into the near court. He's trapped. He'll pass over to Puckett. Puckett to Kano on right wing. Back out to Escher near the top of the key to Robledo. They'll trap Robledo. He'll dribble around it. Pass over to Kano. Then Puckett on the baseline. Puckett driving in. Ball poked away by Connally. It'll be Leander basketball. They're going to call a foul. So Puckett will go to the line.
Yeah, there was contact on that. I thought they were going to call it out of bounds, but
that's what it looked like. And then
yeah,
it was the referee back here near the scorer's table that called the foul. The one on the baseline did not call it. So Puckett will have an opportunity here at the line to try to extend the lead. First free throw, no good off the back iron. Got to knock those down. 5:51 left on the clock. Puckett gets ready to knock this one down and does. It's a 10-point game. Barnwell into Everest with 5:49. Everest in the near court, picked up by Cano. Pass across to number 10, Henry. Henry back to Everest. Everest to Houston. Houston in the corner to Barnwell. Barnwell will get it to Everest on left wing. Everest is thinking about a three, tries to drive by, and we have a whistle. Well, that's a ticky-tack foul there.
Yeah, he was out of control throwing the ball around, and they're going to call a foul.
And they call it on Cano with 5:31. So McAnthony Everest with an opportunity here for a couple of free throws. He'll knock the first one down. It's a 9-point game now with 5:31. So Everest getting ready here for the second free throw. He'll shoot it up, and it'll rattle in. 37-29. Robledo handling the basketball for the Lions. Will get it over to Escher in the backcourt. Slapped by Everest. Escher able to get the loose ball, and it's Lane coming up with a loose basketball and a quick foul called against the Lions. They're going to call Escher. And so that'll put for a 1-for-1, both teams in the single bonus. So Jesse Lane at the line trying to cut into the Lions' lead. First free throw is good. It's down to a 7-point game. Jesse Lane lining up the second free throw for the Cougars. Shot is up, and it's good. We're at 6 points. Robledo with the basketball over to Puckett, then poked away by Everest. And the Cougars have it in the near court. Pass over to Henry, and he'll knock down a three. And now it's a 3-point game with 5:10 remaining. Timeout Lions. Wow.
Yeah, some sloppy play right there, some kind of lazy passes and setting it up. We saw a couple turnovers. Connally has all the momentum right now. Leander's got to get that ball back. They've got to make some crisp passes, get across court. Connally's being very aggressive on defense, and they need to find that opening and get the easy bucket off the glass.
Yeah, there was a similar ending to the JV game where the JV Lions had a lead and the Cougars were able to battle back late. The benefit of a couple of calls, but you can't worry about that. You got to take advantage of your opportunities, and so Lions with the basketball and a 3-point lead.
Yeah, 5:10 left in the game. Lots of time left, and Leander should be fine.
They just continue to play and get the ball down low to your big front court. Should be okay. They're taking a 1-minute timeout as they discuss it. It's important. You know, you want to hang on. You can either be 3-1 after tonight, or you can be 2-2.
Yep. Yeah, this game was testing, and we knew that Connally would make a run, and they just did right there. Leander made a run to start that, right after halftime. Built up a 12-point lead, I believe, and now it's down to 3.
Well, Lions have the size, but Connally may get the nod a little bit on athleticism.
Yep, they got some quick players out there, and you got to take advantage of that. Obviously, if 2 or 3 are on you, somebody's open.
Escher will inbound for the Lions under the Connally basket. He'll get it into Cano. Cano will get it back to Escher. Escher will start his dribble. There's a trap in the backcourt. Back to Cano. Got to get it across the timeline. And there's a violation as Escher could not get it across the timeline with 4:57. And the Lions can't seem to get out of their own way all of a sudden.
Yeah, they're having problems breaking that press with the pressure that Connolly's putting on them right now.
Lane inbounds to Everest. He'll pass over to Houston, back to Everest. They'll swing it over to Henry, and then Lane in the corner, back over to Everest, three-pointer. In and out, rebound Dahlberg. That would have tied it. Robledo with the basketball, and Connally backs the pressure off with 4:35. Cannon with the basketball. He'll get it over to Puckett, near left wing. Puckett picks up his dribble. He'll get it to Robledo near the Cougar C, guarded by Barnwell. Pass over to Cano, double, back to Robledo. He'll slow it down with 4:15. Had an open shot, decided not to take it. Puckett with a jumper.
Nice.
Good pass from Robledo. Good set jump shot from Puckett.
Yeah, that's what they needed right there. Good open shot, and he drained it.
Houston with the basketball now for the Cougars on left wing. He'll get it to Barnwell in the lane, guarded by Dahlberg. Poked away by Puckett. Cannon with the basketball into the near court.
Lots of contact.
Guarded by Everest.
No foul.
Puckett down low to Dahlberg off the glass.
Nice.
Good. Great turnaround. Used his left hand to make a 41-34 game. Everest dribbles into the near court, and he's going to get called for a travel, tried to get fancy with the handle, and he gets caught, and the Lions will have the turnover and a 7-point lead. 3:36 remaining in the game. Into the near court to Escher from Puckett. On the inbound, back to Puckett, cross to Robledo.
There you go.
Slam dunk.
Great look by Puckett. Seeing Robledo open on the wing, giving it to him, and a nice dunk to finish that off.
That's a for sure basket there. Lane with the basketball for the Cougars near right wing, thinks about a three, then backs up, picks up his dribble to Barnwell in the lane. They're going to have a wave off any shot, and they're going to call a foul against Braden Cano with 3:14 on the clock. Both teams now at 9 team fouls. The Lions had like a 6-team foul advantage just a couple of minutes ago, and now they're even. Sam Barnwell at the line. No good. Rebound Puckett. Cano with the basketball, back over to Puckett. Puckett dribbles into the near court, picks up his dribble with the trap, passes over to Cano, back to Puckett. Barnwell picks him up. Puckett drives in, pulls back up, gets to Robledo on the block.
Oh.
He tried to get it past to Dahlberg, but McAnthony Everest saved basically a dunk from Dahlberg by diving and poking it out of bounds. Good athletic play there from the point guard.
Yeah, good ball movement by Leander.
Definitely.
Great defense by Everest.
We have a collision. Both Puckett and Robledo are on the floor. And there was a whistle, but was it a foul call? Or did we just run into each other?
I'm not sure what they.
It was away from the basketball. Both players are up. You know, you get hit in the face, it'll give you a little bit of a shock for a minute.
I don't know if they did it for
injury
safety
or what?
reasons. I don't know. Or someone may have called a timeout. I didn't see. I saw the collision, saw him on the ground, then the whistle.
Yeah, I'm not even sure who's possesses the ball, because the ball was loose. It should be Connally basketball, right? I think it's Connally basketball. And they're going to just make sure everybody's okay. Take a 1-minute timeout here. There's 2:56 remaining in the ball game.
Yeah, Leander up by 9, and they've done a good job with that ball movement. And that's what you got to do with a quick team. When they're on, you get rid of it, find the open guy, and Leander's done that lately, and they've built on the lead because of that.
It's
of
been
the aggressiveness by
a
Connally.
tough ball game, a scrappy Connally Cougar team. You know, it's a little bit a different type of scrappy than the Lions faced against Cedar Creek, which was they were just throwing up threes and knocking them down. This is more of a defensive kind of scrappy with some key shots on the Cougars side as well. But the Lions hitting some big shots as well. One that comes to mind is that set jump shot from Puckett just a moment ago to give the Lions a 9-point lead. So Dahlberg is at the line. There was a foul call.
Now they're going to have
No, they're
ball
going
on
to
the baseline, yeah.
Dahlberg was just setting up there at the line. Cano to inbound. And he'll get it to Robledo, who'll get a quick set shot. A little bit short. Barnwell with a rebound. He loses control. And it's going to be off of they're going to have some discussion about who is off of. It is Lion basketball. So Escher will inbound here on the visitors' sideline. For Leander, he'll get it to Robledo near left wing. Robledo will think about a dribble, and he'll start it. He'll pick it up and pass to Cano. He'll swing around to Puckett with 2:40. Puckett to Escher. Escher guarded by Everest, forcing the issue over to Cano. Cano picks up his dribble, passes to Robledo. Barnwell there defensively. Robledo dribbles by him in the lane. Nice move. He was unable to get it off the back iron, and Barnwell with the basketball is going to get fouled by Brandon Puckett with 2:20 And that'll be the 10th team foul for Leander, and it'll be 2 shots for Sam Barnwell. Got to be careful with those fouls going down the stretch here.
Yeah, especially at midcourt when you're, trying to make a play and they're calling those ticky-tack fouls. Now they stop the clock, put them at the line.
Yeah, you have a chance to set your defense up still. That foul was ill-advised. Barnwell misses the front end. He missed one of his opportunities at the line earlier. Maybe Puckett knows more about his opponent than we do.
Well, Loof back in the game. I think he had 3 or 4 fouls, so that's why he's
Barnwell
been sitting out
misses
for a
them
while.
both. Loof with the rebound. Over to Robledo. Barnwell will pick him up in the backcourt. Robledo will dribble by him. He'll pick up the dribble, pass to the corner. Off the miss from Puckett is Robledo for the putback. Lions with an 11-point lead now. Everest in the near court.
Oh.
Losing the handle. Puckett has the loose ball, gets it up to Robledo, and they're going to get him with a walk. He couldn't quite get a handle on the basketball. 1:55 remaining on the clock. Lions hanging on to an 11-point lead.
Yeah, passes a little bit behind Robledo, kind of slow down a little bit, try to grab the ball.
He was trying to get out ahead and
yeah,
get
they
that
called
dunk.
it travel because he took an extra step trying to grab that ball that was a little bit behind him.
Everest with the basketball for Connally, over to Houston on right wing. Houston gets it down to Nahas. Nahas off the glass, no good. It's going to be off of Leander. 1:42 remains in the game. Barnwell will inbound. We're going to have a timeout, Cougars with 1:42.
Yeah, Nahas is trying to draw another foul on Loof inside. Loof did a great job standing straight up, no contact, and he can alter that shot because he's 6'9".
Yeah,
So,
and with those arms.
Yeah, and you don't need to be leaning into the shot or the guy taking the shot all the time. Just go straight up and make him go over that. And did a great job, didn't draw the foul, and he's not out of the game, so that's great. That's what he's learning.
Has 4 fouls?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
I don't have it officially, but I know he's been sitting
He's
for
real
a while.
close.
Yeah, but that's something that he's learning right now is you don't have to try and block every shot with your height.
Right.
You're tall enough. Get your arms straight up, get a good defensive
Just affect it.
position, and turn around and get the rebound.
Well, and there, when Lou sits down, there's good quality minutes for his backup, number 33, Sean Dahlberg.
Yep.
And we've seen some quality minutes from the freshman this evening. It's not a big step down from Loof to Dahlberg.
No, he's done a good job inside, getting that bucket and putting it in, and he's gotten some good minutes tonight.
Well, Loof will stay in here with 1:42. Everest will inbound for the Cougars under their basket. He'll get it into Nahas. His shot no good. Affected by Loof again. Rebound Robledo. Robledo dribbles into the near court. Stolen by Everest, and Barnwell comes the other way. Pass to Nahas. Robledo there affects the shot. Rebound Nahas, and we're going to have a whistle and a foul called.
Yeah, I think it's going to be on Puckett.
And that'll put Nahas at the line for 2 shots with 1:31. You can't let them back into the game like this, though. It's an 11-point line lead, but you don't want them getting points with no time coming off the clock. And Nahas will get 1 to cut it to 10.
Yeah, expect to see some pressure by the Cougars as soon as the shot goes in.
And he knocks down the second one. It's a 9-point game. Escher will inbound. He'll get it to Robledo, back to Escher. Escher dribbling into the near court. Picks up his dribble, gets it to Puckett, then to Loof on the block.
There you go.
And he'll flush it.
Good look.
11-point game, 1:15. Everest with the basketball. 3-pointer from left wing. Off the front iron, no good. Barnwell tries to get the loose ball. Robledo stays away from it. It will be Lion basketball. Barnwell trying to get a little bit of referee love there, trying to get a foul. He's not going to get it. Puckett will do the inbound honor Raheem Moore will come into the game for Barnwell for the Cougars. 1:09 left. Puckett gets it to Robledo in the backcourt. Robledo starts his dribble. Dribbles by Moore. Across court to Cano, then to Puckett on right wing. Puckett dribbles towards the baseline, back out to Robledo, then Escher. Escher back to Puckett. Lions taking their time. Puckett to Cano. Cano starts the dribble, picks it up. Guarded by Everest. Pass to Robledo. And we're going to have a foul called against Connally. That'll put the Lions at the line for a 1-for-1. Noah Robledo with 39 seconds left. You got to knock these down.
They did a good job burning some clock, moving that ball around. A couple close ones, but hey, that's what you got to do. You know they're going to be all over you.
These are big free throws here from Noah. First one short. That's when you know you're getting a little bit tired.
Yep, got to use your legs on these.
That's where you can't forget the fundamentals, at the line especially. You got to bend your legs and do the whole motion. And he knocks down the second one when he does that, right? 48-36 with 12-point lead with 39 seconds.
Yeah, it's easy for us to say from up here because we see it. But, it's different when you're on the court and you're basically spent from working that ball up the court all the time. So lots of substitutions for Leander.
Everest with the basketball, guarded by McKelvey. He'll pass to Houston. Houston goes baseline, and he's fouled by Scotty Burnett. And that'll put Houston at the line. First free throw from Averill Houston off the front iron, no good. Moore will come in for Barnwell. They keep rotating the defensive specialists in and out. Second free throw is good. McKelvey with the basketball for the Lions, over to Sisk. Sisk has the ball poked away. It's going to be off of Connally. Leander basketball. That's the first we've seen Sisk tonight.
Yeah.
.4 seconds remaining in the game. Sisk to inbound for the Lions. He'll get in the corner to Stevens, back out to Sisk. Near the line bench, he'll start his dribble. He'll pick it up, pass to Burnett. Burnett guarded by Houston, over to Stevens. Stevens to McKelvey. McKelvey picks up his dribble, passes over to Burnett, then to Sisk. Down to 7 seconds. We're going to have no call off of the Cougars, Everest, as Sisk able to handle the basketball and keep them from stealing it. The referees aren't going to call a foul, doesn't look like, with 3.6 seconds remaining. Stevens to inbound. He'll get it to McKelvey, poked away by Everest. Off the glass for a two-pointer, and that's the ball game.
Well, Lions come away with the win, and those players that came off the bench at the end, it may not have been a lot of time, but, hey, it's a lot of quality time because, those guys are flying around on defense.
Yeah, they're trying to come back.
And they were able to move the ball around and burn some clock, and that's what they're supposed to do. And Lions come out with the win, and that's what they're supposed to do.
Well, and we have a busy week of broadcasting, Mark. We have a football game. The Lion football team takes on Hendrickson on Thursday. You'll be on play-by-play for that call.
I will.
And then on Friday, the Lions travel to Manor to take on Manor on Friday night. And then on Saturday afternoon, it was originally Lake Travis, but it's a different game now.
Yep. Now they're home at Stony Point will come in town.
Well, for Mark Sickles, I'm Chuck Cracy. Thank you for listening to Lion Basketball. Tune in for the next broadcast for SHN Sports. Good night.